Hey guys, welcome back to Food Alley. We're in Flushing today, the largest Chinatown in New York. This is our very last day in New York City, and I'm glad Flushing is our final destination. We do not have too much time to spare because it took forever to check out the hotel. Not to mention, I got a flight to catch in a few hours, leaving us exactly 1 hour to hang out. Now, Flushing is too big of an area for 1 hour to do anything, but we're sure not going to waste it. Our first and possibly only stop today is this Chinese fusion restaurant. Immediately after entering, we see a standee of Beijing Peking duck. Peking duck has always been my favorite dish, so to know that this is what they specialize is actually great news. From the outside in, this is a beautiful looking restaurant. All of the statues and lanterns look like they came from a dreamlike fairy tale. It kinda makes you feel like you're in some 1800 wuxia movie. This restaurant is really spacious. It also goes all the way to the back and is full of gorgeous decors. This is an easy 8 out of 10 for the setting. Being short on time, we get straight to the point and order half of a duck to share. We're still trying to hit another spot after this. They use detachable chopsticks here, which is kind of fun to play around with while you're waiting for the food. A few moments later and the ducks arrived. There's a piece of gold on top, which I'm sure is going to enhance the duck's flavor. The condiments include sugar, hoisin sauce, shredded cucumber and scallions, and of course, the thin grapes to roll the duck with. Cheers, and let's get rolling. What I like to do, or what most people do, is to top with a few cucumber slices for the crunch, just 1 or 2 scallions for the bittersweet, and Your Highness in the center. Look how juicy that duck meat is. There's also a layer of melting duck fat in between. A little drizzle of hoisin sauce on top. You can also take a little bit of sugar. Not for me though, I'm sweet enough. Now all you have to do is roll this baby up and let's feast. Now that was an amazing first bite. The flavor is just wonderful. The meat is juicy, the fat just melts in your mouth, and the skin is gelatinous with a slight chewiness. By all means, this is not the best Peking duck I've had, but it's still very tasty. Next up, we have pork soup dumplings. Just a quick tippy tip in the vinegar and we're good to go. And to be honest, not the best soup dumpling I've had. There's very little soup in the dumpling to begin with, and the meat filling is just alright. For the food, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Now, I know it's quite unfair to judge on the food based on only 2 dishes, but hey, you know what they say, you gotta go when you gotta go. The service here is really good though. This friendly host gave us the entire table in the back. He even prepped a table for our belongings. 8.5 out of 10. For the value, $46 for half a duck is not the best, but it's also not the worst. 7 out of 10. And a 7.8 for the final score. It is now 2.5 hours before my flight, and of course, any reasonable person would think now is a good time to start wrapping up and heading to the airport. I guess I'm just not one of them. This dim sum place has really caught my eyes, so I just wander in like a fly to a fly trap. This seems to be a more home-like, cozy dim sum joint, almost like a mom and pop restaurant, which is always my favorite. Some tea for starter, and we really need to order quick. I'm supposed to be on a bus to the airport right now. And I know my Cantonese friends will disagree with me using dipping sauce for dim sum. Sorry guys, but it has always been in my book. 1 part chili oil and 2 parts soy sauce. I need to see my plate changes color. First up, we have dim sum platter. It's simply a combination of, dim sum. Look at the size of that har gow. You gotta get it well soaked in the sauce before going for the kill. Not bad. Steamy, saucy, and the shrimp inside is gigantic. Here, take a look without the skin cover. This thing is huge. The shumai is very good too. There's also a slice of scallop on top. Once again, dip, soak, and destroy. Check out the meat filling in the middle. It's just glistening. This pie has a filling of mung beans and meat, and this tempura ball actually has taro for filling. I'm not a big fan of fried pastry, and those taste alright. We order another portion of har gows and some beautiful egg tarts for dessert. The shell has fluffy layers, and the custard filling is creamy and sweet. Let's jump into a quick rating because I really gotta bounce. Like the plane's not gonna wait for me. 7 for the setting. Food is kind of a hit and miss, so 7.5. Pretty good service and value, so 8 for both. The final score is going to be 7.6. I ran like a to the bus station and yep, I totally missed the bus. While on the next bus to the airport, I had some time to contemplate my past decisions in life. When I got to the airport, I ran like a to the gate and I totally missed my flight. It's not the end of the world since I got to rebook another flight, which is about 2 hours later, so I guess we'll be stuck at the airport for a bit longer. But the question is, was it worth it to miss my flight for the food? No. Yeah, just don't do what I did. And that is the end to our New York Christmas series. Thank you so much guys for tuning in. I'll be seeing you guys back in LA in the next episode. And until then, I'll see you next time.